Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Welcome to Facts and Two Cents. This is Petal for a quick one. Of course, I can't get enough of this photo, but I was very excited to see John Travolta tweeting about it. This is like the best photo ever, and it's like the best photo from the event, from the Legends event. And so John Travolta tweeted it. Says, "I was so proud to host Prince Harry, Jeff Bezos, and Lauren Sanchez at the Living Legends of Aviation Awards event Friday night. Congrats to both Prince Harry and Lauren on their awards." And obviously, we know, and all that happened there. It was a wonderful event by all accounts, and from the people who are a part of the aviation community, they all had a fantastic time, and I literally cannot get over this event. And of course, since I'm posting that, I have to post this because this is another one that I can't get over. I just can't get over how beautiful this is. And again, I will always be so happy that John Travolta gave Princess Diana such a wonderful time, because again, and I have to find the book where I was reading it, and that day was just such an awful day for her. She was just not enjoying being there at all. She was very sad. She was very depressed. And there is a video of them dancing, and before it cuts to them dancing and all of that, there was a little clip of Princess Diana. She just looks so depressed. And so to see this part of her just really enjoying herself, and I'm just like, I will always be happy and thankful to John Travolta for giving her this moment in a really depressing time. And again, this was when she knew her marriage was over. She knew it when Prince Harry was born, and this is a year after he was born, and things had really gone south. And and then she has to come to these places and smile and pretend she's a happily married person, and she wasn't. And Diana just didn't, she couldn't hide her feelings, and good for her for not hiding her feelings. But this really wonderful, authentic moment with her and John Travolta is obviously classic and historical in every way. So yeah, and we talked about this yesterday on the last episode. Patrick Ken McGregor, he was the artist who painted this photo of Prince Harry and his helicopter, and he posted a photo with Harry and the picture. Unfortunately, he didn't get to meet Harry, but he has a photo of Harry posing with the photo. And then obviously on the right, that Harry signed it and they auctioned it off. And again, all the proceeds is going towards this organization that inspires kids and young adults to get into aviation, because they're trying to pass down these legends to them. And so Patrick posted, he says, how awesome is this? Prince Harry in front of the live 6-hour painting I did of him with the Apache helicopter that he flies for the Living Legends inductions at the Beverly Hilton, with so many other pilots and Hollywood stars in attendance. Was an honor to meet some of these amazing people and hear their stories. Not Harry, unfortunately. Oh, sorry. But he did sign the back, which he did right over there. It auctioned off at the end of the night to some lucky person, and we had a blast. Thank you, Jay Stolzenberg, for the invite, etc., etc., etc. He goes on. And all the people that he saw, some of his favorite people that he saw that he didn't meet are like Kurt Russell, John Travolta, Morgan Freeman, Kenny G, Jeff Bezos. And if you were to hear the British press, they are supposedly this group of people are D-listers, apparently. The UK. Yeah, so all of these wonderful people that and he said that it's unusual because he doesn't usually paint human. So he did such a great job. What an incredible artist, and in 6 hours he was able to paint that. And so absolutely wonderful. And I hope he got paid well, because he did a fantastic job. And the other lady as well, that we showed in the last episode. So great job. And congratulations to the organization, got the funds, because again, they are doing it for the next generation. So it's just absolutely wonderful. Joseph Fan, who is on Twitter, for some reason I had a little clipping with her just to give her credit, but she's the one that posted this. This is a Instagram stories. And so she posted a video from these ladies, pilots, and they were at the event, and that's them on there. So they had this cool, cute video with them on the left, and they were in their pilot flight suit, and then they sort of jumped in and then jumped into their new outfits at the awards ceremony. And so that's them. It's very cute. So Josephine, who posted this, and for some reason, I don't know what happened to a little thing that I put there that had her name on it. So, but thank you, Josephine from Twitter, being the one who posted this, and that's where I saw this video. And then on the right, she posted this photo, and it says, Harry said no to a photo, but Kurt Russell was all about it. And it was very funny because I went back to this girl's account and I didn't see the photo. So maybe because, these stories, they're 24 hours. So maybe she posted it right at the event. And by the time I by the time I saw the photo and went there, the stories went away. And so I didn't see it. So this was from Josephine's account. It says, Prince Harry said no to the photo. And I could see why, because, with, and even, they're fine, but if Harry was replacing Kurt Russell in this picture, what the British press would have said. And I think Harry knows very well and what they would have said about it. We wouldn't hear the end of it. And Meghan, it's like, you save your family from any kind of drama from the British press. I mean, the ladies are fine. They're, whatever. They're in their flight suit. They're one night, looking dressed up and to go to an award ceremony. But what the British press would do if that was Prince Harry instead of Kurt Russell. So, but I'm happy they all had fun. But again, I went back to see the photo. I went back to see where, she posted about, Harry saying no. But by the time I got there, that went away. And then it was replaced by the very cute reel of them, including in the reel, they had Prince Harry on stage and also in the audience. So they got some really good shots of different people. And so kudos to them. I'm glad they all had a great time from their posts. It seemed like they all had a fantastic time. So yeah, but I thought that was very interesting when it says, Harry said no to the photo, but they weren't upset or anything like that. I'm sure they understood. So yeah, so kudos, ladies, had a great time. It seems again, everyone had a great time. And so, but anyways, so moving on from that, and I feel at this point, I think the British people kind of need to park, wheel a hospital, park it in front of either Buckingham Palace or Windsor Castle for the royal family, because every day it seemed like some kind of medical issue is happening with somebody in this family. So of course we knew last year that Sarah Ferguson she had been diagnosed with breast cancer. And I think with all this stuff, with the King Charles and his medical drama with prostate cancer, and then Kate in the hospital and all that stuff, here we go, another one for the royal family. And again, with all of this stuff, I mean, I wish them a speedy recovery and they be able to recover from this stuff. None of this stuff is easy to have to deal with. This medical stuff is it's just hard. But Sarah Ferguson posted, says, I've been taking some time to myself as I have been diagnosed with a malignant myeloma in the form of skin cancer. My second cancer diagnosis within a year after I was diagnosed with breast cancer this summer and underwent a mastectomy and reconstructive surgery. It was thanks to the great vigilance of my dermatologist that the melanoma was detected when it was. Naturally, another cancer diagnosis been a shock, but I am in good spirits and grateful for the many messages and love and support. I believe my experience underlines the importance of checking the size, shape, color, texture, and emergence of new moles that can be a sign of melanoma, and urge anyone who is reading this to be diligent. Going down, it says, I am incredibly thankful to the medical team that have supported me through both of these experiences with cancer, and to the Mere Life Clinic that's taking gentle care of me in the past weeks, allowing me time for recuperation. I am resting with family at home now, feeling blessed and have their love and support. And so she, posted this today. And so very, very, again, with anything like that, it's very sad. It's very, you don't want anybody to be having to deal with cancer and all of this stuff. But there she is. Again, she was diagnosed last year, and seemingly on the road to health, or at least some form of it. And here it is again. But it's very interesting that this was here today, because I have the sense that this is not new, like it didn't just happen today. This is something that may be there again, or I could be wrong. But it's very interesting to me that it's, we're hearing about it today, because as we talked about yesterday, her daughter was in Paris, and her daughter was at a fashion show in Paris. And so I don't want to be, harsh with someone's medical stuff that they're going through right now. But it just seems to me that with all of this dropping all at the same time, it's just like, again, as I said, with the palace, it's like, and we know that they do this. They definitely playing on the sympathy thing, and not that this is valid. I'm not questioning the validity of what she's saying, and that who would want to wish on themselves cancer? Hello. But it's just the timing of it all is where I have question marks. And again, her daughter is in Paris a couple of days ago at a fashion show. And so, they're just dropping this now again for a fact, and with desperately needing the PR, or desperately needing, because again, King Charles, he has told us all, pretty much what is going on with him. She has now told us pretty much what is going on with her. The person that hasn't really said what, other than, they're having tummy surgery, abdominal surgery, is Kate. But nobody knows really what's wrong with her. And so it's very interesting that this is coming out now. And I feel like there's been apart from a distraction from her ex-husband, Andrew, I feel like there's been so many of these stories basically to distract from Kate. Like, really, what is going on with Kate Middleton? And it's so weird, because doctors are, and usually, and most I've seen is American doctors really questioning. And I think the part that really makes people go, is the length of time she's in the hospital, and also length of time of recovery. And so this doctor was on this show. Now it's called News Nation. I don't know. But she was doing the same questioning that just about a lot of people are asking. It's like, normally it doesn't take that long when you're in the, unless something is really, really wrong. To be in the hospital for that long, and then 3 months of recovery and all of that stuff, people are really starting to question really what's wrong, what's going on here, and not quite taking what the palace is saying, because they're like saying yes, she needs all this time to stay in the hospital, and then she needs all this time to recover, but don't worry, it's not cancer. So it's kind of like, it's sort of, it was something that was planned and all of that stuff. But, according to her, this doctor and another doctor that was on another show, I remember, I think we talked about it in the last episode, they're having the same, like, something isn't, I think she was on the Today Show with Hoda and those guys. It's like, something isn't quite right here. Something isn't quite right. And it's so funny, because just before I was coming on here, I saw this video on Twitter with Angela Levin, of all people. And it was almost like, did Angela Levin just like accidentally sort of let the cat out of the bag was about really what's going on with Kate Middleton? Because she brought up this, it's very interesting, the angle that she took. She talked about William. She's trying to talk about William being equipped to be able to take care of his wife and family. But she talked about, when William was 15 and Princess Diana was going through her mental health challenges, and how she would cry and scream, and it was William that had to take care of her. And he was the man of the house and all of that stuff. And so therefore, because he was able to take care of her, and he was taking care of her, therefore he is now equipped to take care of his family. And it's very interesting that she used that, and out of all the things she could have used, she used that time. It's not the first time Kate Middleton has been in the hospital. She's been in the hospital, I think, twice for when she was pregnant, because she was having such bad morning sickness. She could use an analogy of those. She could have used even when she gave birth. Somebody had to take care of her. I'm sure William had to help, in some way take care of his wife. But it's weird that she went back to when he was 15 and his mom was having her mental health challenges because of the abuse from the palace, the abuse from King Charles and Camilla, their mental abuse of her. And it's interesting that she went back to that. So now people are like, wait a minute. So is this what Kate is in there for, really about her mental health, or maybe both? Because that will explain her being in there for this long. It also explains, unless that hospital clinic thing has a back entrance and back exit, there has been no evidence that any other person has visited her. So it's either she may not actually be at that hospital, or nobody's visiting her. Because they were very happy last week to post pictures of Prince William leaving. And we know that they had paparazzi set up there because the photos were there. So did they call off the paparazzi? And they're just not saying, because we know the tabloids, they would be more than happy to blast all over the news pictures of William and their kids visiting Kate. But there's been nothing like that. There have been no pictures over the weekend, no photos of her parents, nothing. There's been nothing. So either she is not staying at that place, or they, I'm not saying it, they may have a back entrance that they can leave. But then if they do, why didn't William leave out of that back entrance the last time? Why did he come driving and parading himself in front of the press? So it's very interesting what's going on there. I honestly, because I'm telling you, this whole thing has made me go, there's something more going on. And I think just about everyone know, and you can feel the panic from the press, because I'm sure a lot of them know and they can't really say. And they're desperate. That's why they're so desperate to want Harry and Meghan back there. They're so desperate. They were so desperate to want Meghan to be at that award so they can have something to, they just are desperate for something to distract. And the distraction seemed to be, let's bring everything else out so we don't talk about really what is going on with Kate Middleton. Now, I don't want to go in and speculating what this woman have. Again, I could be totally wrong. But as with everyone else, I simply have my doubts that it is just something like, abdominal surgery that she's had that people shouldn't be, it's just something that was planned. It's not not that it's not a big deal, but don't worry. That's kind of the attitude that the palace was going to get. And if it's something with her mental health, you would see why they would want to hide it. Because remember Meghan, remember what they did to Meghan, including using Kate as being the one who recollections may vary. They will want to hide this. The press would want to hide this because they wouldn't want to know. They wouldn't want people to, know that the same thing Meghan spoke about in 2021 is exactly where Kate is right now. Because they're going to have to deal with why didn't they help Meghan? And they're going to have to deal with the same pattern with Diana, Fergie, Meghan, Kate. All women marrying into that family having mental health struggles. And so, again, I don't know. But for me, it's very interesting that is the path that Angela Levin chose to go. And that's the path that, and I think a lot of people are having this, and you see Kate Middleton always like either a broken finger or cuts and bandage all over. Those are people like, why does she always have bandages on herself? There is something not right. And so will we ever know? I don't know. But it just makes you go, So one of the things that they're trying to distract with is like, Kate will work from bed after abdominal surgery. That her aides praise the princess' unwavering commitment to duty. And people have started to, they may want to rework that Kate works from bed, because people have started to take that in ways that they did not mean. They did not mean in this article, but it's the internet. You put that stuff and you word it like somebody working from bed and you're thinking in terms of, that's not that's not what you want people, the impression people to have. So they might want to reword that. But the idea that, Kate is working, it makes people laugh. And of course, everyone is mocking it because, as we've talked about, and as you can see from the Republic, they put out the whole chart. They went through the court circular and totaled up their engagements. And obviously we see, that with this whole, this medical issues going on, both Kate and William have sort of set their entire schedule aside until now, when they're claiming Kate is going to be working from bed. But this is when Kate was able-bodied and didn't have anything wrong with her. This is her last year. Last year, Kate did 123 hours. She worked a total of 18 days for the 300 out of 365 days. Kate Middleton worked 18 of those days, which is roughly just a little over 4 weeks of work. 4 weeks out of 52. She works 4 weeks. William, not even a whole lot better. He worked about 5 weeks. 25 days, worked 5 weeks. And if you know, and as the Republic posted at the bottom, it says, assuming the average length of an engagement is 1 hour, usually 45 minutes, many are no more than 20 minutes, and many of them are just phone calls. And so also they, it says, assume they work 7 hours, and assumes a working day of 7 hours and a working week of 5 days, which is normal. Yeah. William worked a total of 5 weeks all of last year. Kate only worked a little over 4. And so they weren't doing anything when they were able-bodied. So don't expect them to be doing anything. I mean, look at the number of engagement between their 123 and 172. King Charles did 423. Camilla, 230. Even Camilla, in her later stage in life, did more than both of them. And did 457. Again, I still trying to figure out what impact does Anne make with all of those engagements. She always has the most. I still have no idea. But at least she's out there doing something, being with somebody about something, which is a lot more than I could say for William and Kate. So nobody's going to miss them. Why? Because they're not doing anything. And even the things that they're doing, that's like busy work, there's no impact. So nobody's going to miss either one of them. They might as well just take the vacation and stop trying to pretend they're working, because we all know they're not going to be working. And don't expect them until 2025, especially Kate. So anyway, that's it. That's a short royal roundup for the day. And thank you so much to Lydia, Church, Nelly, Karen M, Cookies and Cream, Black Queen. Thank you guys so much for all that you do for the channel. Thank you to our wonderful 2 Cents crew who support the channel on a monthly basis. You guys rock. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you to all of you who support in the chat via PayPal, Cash App, or Super Chat, Super Thanks, Super Stickers, all of it. I appreciate all of you. I love you. Chat with you later. Bye.